Hey folks, this is Fishing Bass NC coming at you again with another video. So we originally ordered the mystery tackle box and the Bass Elite box, and the one that was supposed to ship out at the beginning of June for some reason got hung up in delivery. So I contacted the mystery tackle box company and they decided to go ahead and send a replacement box out to me. So something that I found kind of strange, I got the first box, I unboxed it in the last video, and I'll leave a link down below in the description so you can actually go back and refer to that video as well and take a peek. I did receive the second box today in the mail. This is the replacement box that they sent me. So by all rights and purposes, it should have been exactly the same baits and everything. However, I found out that this particular box is closer related to what most of the June unboxing videos have been out there on YouTube. And so you're going to see a lot of the same kind of things as what you probably have seen in other YouTube videos. However, I'm going to still do an unboxing here for the second box. We'll call this part 2 of June. So this is the unboxing for June 2020. This is the Bass Elite box from Mystery Tackle Box. So let's open it up. I've already opened it once just to take a peek and see if things were the same or not, and I found out that they were not the same. So that's why I decided to do another unboxing. As before, let's start off with some extra baits that I ordered. Just like the last box, I did get the same baits that I ordered as a standalone to be added into the box. These were the Guggen bloopers, as you've seen before. This one is the Silver Flash. And then we have a second one called the Ghost Gill. This is also a blooper. And then the third one, just like the last video that I ordered, this one is the Sexy Shad. So I basically have duplicates of these, which is totally fine. If one gets lost or it comes unhooked for some reason and I can't get it back, I know they're topwater baits, but you never know what's going to happen. You could lose it, snag it, throw it out there, and you're trying to throw it into the water and there happens to be a tree around or something where you get it stuck in a tree that's out in the water a little ways. All kinds of different reasons you could lose these. Someone could steal one, you never know. You lay your tackle box down and someone just decides to go in it and take one of these because they love Guggen baits, just like I do. Anyways, I'm going to use these 3 as backups. I'm going to keep them set aside. That way, if something happens to any one of those 3 that's in my tackle box currently, I can obviously replace it with one of these 3 that I've got sent as a second set per se. All right, so let's continue with the rest of the box for June 2020. As always, you get the Dibble. This is your tips and tricks guide. The other one had a couple of different tricks in it. This particular one has some buzzing boot tail for big bass. It says soft plastic swim baits are favored among anglers for the ability to swim naturally through the water column, but people tend to overlook how well they work when burned across the surface. So this is one tip that they're throwing in here on how to do set them up and some recommendations. Then the second article here is squaring up and bumping cover, and this is talking about square bill crankbaits bumping on the bottom of like logs and rocks and stuff like that. So they have a couple articles in there this month for that. On the back of this, they have a Carl's fishing test. It's time to test your fishing knowledge. I'm going to ask you some fishing questions that I've known the answers to since I was a wee boy. Let's see what you're made of. And then he has some questions back there. And at the bottom, you see there's a pro tip as well. So these Dibbles are always a fun read every month. I enjoy these. I actually set them aside and keep them so I can go back and read them again down the road. Keep some of the tips handy just in case I can't remember exactly how to do something with like setting up a Texas rig or whatever. That's pretty standard, but for those people that can't remember things like that, it's great to keep those set aside so you have a reminder. All right, we always get the what's inside the box. This tells you about the baits that you get, and it also tells you the prices that they're suggesting for retail prices. On the back of this card, it talks about adding extra baits like I did with these Guggen baits, and you add it to your tackle box and it's free shipping. So you get your mystery tackle box, you got the extra baits that you ordered, no extra cost for shipping. That's a good deal. So we'll start off with, oh sorry, we got one more card in the box here. This is called Power Fishing. I've never received one of these before, but it tells you a little bit, there's some pro tips. On the back of this card, it shows you an example lake of where to fish and the types of baits that you're going to fish and the spots. So it gives you some information about bladed jigs, spinner baits, swim jigs, buzz baits, lipless and square bill crankbaits, and where to fish those type of things on any water that has these kind of structures. So that's a nice little tip card to have as well. Might want to keep something like that maybe in a tackle box just for reference. This month they also gave us the sticker that you get. This is the Catch Co sticker. This is a bass on a looks like a motorcycle of some type. That's a pretty cool sticker. I'm going to stick that one on my tackle box with the other stickers. One of these days I'll do a what's in the box of my tackle box and kind of do a video on that too. What I usually carry and what I swap in and out, that kind of thing. All right, so getting on what's inside, we're gonna go with the first one. First one's called a Lunker Hunt Link, and that particular bait, they're saying average price is about $13.39 in retail. So this is by Lunker Hunt. It's called the Link, and basically it's two different baits that are connected in the middle, and you pull the bait from here with your line, and it's supposed to give you a pattern of basically fish or bait, a school of bait fish swimming by at different angles to catch. So again, that's the Lunker Hunt Link. Nice little bait there. I'm gonna try that, give that a try. It says this is the mackerel color. So again, Lunker Hunt Link in the mackerel color. 4.5 inches long. We'll give that a try at $13.39. That's pretty good. I'd probably, if I was going to buy that myself, that's probably worth $13.39. Next thing after that is the Weston Magic Minnow. Many of you have seen this in the other videos. This one retails for $9.99. Basically, they gave you two bodies for the minnow. They also gave you the head here that comes in with a hook and curls around. So once this second bait on the bottom here is kind of chewed up or eaten up, you have an extra one here that you can rig onto here to make that work. These are, I believe, if I remember from hearing this before, these are designed for saltwater. This is the Magic Minnow. It's sparkling green, and it looks like the total weight of this is 3/4 of an ounce. The head alone is a 3/8 ounce head. Again, I think it was initially designed for saltwater, but I've heard and seen some guys catch some really nice bass on this in freshwater as well. So we're gonna give that a try. That again comes in at $9.99. Then the next thing we have after that is the Livingston Lures Pro Ripper at $9.49. This particular bait, I've seen a couple guys talk about it. I haven't seen anybody fish with it yet, but supposedly if you take the two hooks and they're in water, it will have a little bit of an electronic bait fish sound. It has a smart chip in there, so it's going to give you a little type of bait fish action once the lures hit the water. This one again comes in at $9.49. I'm not sure I'd pay that for this. I understand with the technology, it's going to be a little more expensive. However, you know, again, this is not something I would necessarily buy. I might buy the bait itself, like the shape and everything, but I don't know if I would necessarily buy it just for the electronic bait fish sound that's in it. I probably would buy it as a lipless crankbait or some kind of a countdown bait. And I don't know, but we'll give it a try. We'll see how it works. Again, that's at $9.49 in retail. The next one after that is a Vexin lure. In the last box, I got a Vexin Fat Boy lure that you've seen. This one is very similar in shape and size. The Fat Boy's actually Fat Boy's a little bit bigger. Sorry, it's not too much bigger, but just a tad bigger. The Fat Boy dives, if I remember right, down to 12 feet. This particular Vexin bait is called the Knockin, and this one goes for a depth of 3 to 4 feet. It's a 3/4 ounce bait, and it's the color on this is called a Shelby shad. So it's a pretty nice little crankbait there. Again, goes 3 to 4 feet in depth, and it's 3/4 ounce. That's the Shelby shad color on the Vexin Knockin. That particular one retails for $8.99. That might be a little high. It's close. You know, I'm not sure I'd pay $8.99. I might go $6.99 at the most for that. So I probably would try to get that one on sale someplace if I was going to pay for it out of my pocket versus getting it in a box here. The next one is the Castaic Atlas spinnerbait. This retails for $7.99. So you have a 3/8 ounce spinnerbait by Castaic. A lot of people have been getting just the white color. I happen to get the white and the blue. I love these colors. I tried some spinnerbaits before that were very similar in color to this, and they worked pretty well getting some hits and getting some fish. So we'll see how this one worked here, and we'll give it a try. Again, Castaic comes in at $7.99 for the spinnerbait. That's probably about right. It's close. After that, we have the Northland Tackle Mimic Minnow Tough Tubes at $5.79. So here's the Mimic Minnow Tough Tube. It's kind of a pinkish color. So I've never fished a tube before, so this is going to be my first time trying to fish this thing and see how it works. It looks like it's basically you just cast it or maybe throw it like a jig. On the back here it says it's designed for multiple species, but yeah, it's interesting. Mimic Minnow Tough Tube, and that one is at $5.79. That's probably about right for retail for this. The next one after that is the Wave Fish Tiki Snake. So this is the one that some people have been opening up. They've been opening that package and checking it out. It tells you a little bit about different ways to fish it. I don't know if anybody ever gave it the sniff test to see if it has any kind of distinctive smell to it. I'm not smelling anything that's not really a natural smell to a soft plastic. It says it has Molopo infused, so I'm not sure what's in there, but yeah, I don't smell anything distinctive, but that looks like a snake head right there. Some people call this a salamander head, and it has a little tail on the back of there that gives you some action as you're pulling it through. You can hook that up as a trailer, I would think. You can hook it up on a jig or Texas rig it as a standalone type bait. Again, that's called the Wave Fishing Tiki Snake, and that one retails for $4.99. Put that bait back in here, close that up. And the last thing we have in the box here is a ZMan Original Chatterbait. This one comes in at $4.99 as well. This particular chatterbait is a 3/8 ounce, and I'm trying to find a color on here. Looks like it's called Candy Craw. So this one, it's kind of green and blue specks in the chatterbait itself, or on the skirt. It's green and blue specks. I don't know if you can see that or not. But yeah, this should be fun to fish. I've never fished a chatterbait as well. It's by ZMan, it's good company. They make some really decent products. Possibly put, I could see using this as standalone. I could also see tying on the Wave Tiki snakeheads. I could see tying on some of those to this as a trailer, possibly. I think the colors would match up well. So, but yeah, so that's the second box that I received for June. It's different than the first box. I'm not quite sure if the first box was actually a bass box or not now. I know the card said it was. However, there was totally different baits for it. So it could have been maybe they sent me a box that was not my region. It could have also been a box that was just mislabeled as Bass Elite, and it might have been you know, just a box in general for general fishing. The only reason I say that is because of that small bait that we got, the real tiny bait that I was talking about, whereas the size of it is geared more towards a small panfish or possibly like trout or something. It wasn't really designed for bass. I know the cart or the container did say that it was designed for bass. However, I think the hook is really, it's really small, so you'd be fishing the small type of bass. You wouldn't be fishing anything big. You know, it'd be all stuff that's close to the shore, tiny, maybe some young bass, could, you know, possibly. But again, I think it's more designed for panfish and trout, something like that. So anyways, you guys, I need you to hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. I also need you to hit that notification bell. What that's going to do is it's going to alert you when I put out new videos. That way you'll be in tune with those videos just coming out fresh. The other thing is, you want to do that because you want to stay tuned, because I'm going to have some giveaways coming up, and I'll be picking people that make comments on those giveaways, and it'll be a random picker that we can use that's online that actually picks it for us. That way we're not involved in picking it. It's just a randomized picker for comments on YouTube. But again, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, that way you know. Also, be sure to check out our other social media pages like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Those are also, they'll be in the description here, as well as you can find them on my main channel. I have some information. If you click on the About, it tells you those links as well. So go over there to my other social medias, hit that follow button over there, subscribe to those. You'll see pictures besides videos, all kinds of good things. So stay tuned after this video. I'm going to take individual pictures of these baits that we received this month, and I'm going to unpack them, get them out of the containers, put them on a piece of white paper, take some background pictures, and I'll add it to the end of this video. So thanks a lot for stopping by today, checking out the channel. This is Fishing Bass NC. We'll catch you later.